Alright, hello. Nobody asked for this, nobody cares. But this is complete history of the Jadebrew sisters. And nobody's gonna watch this, that's fine, nobody cares. I just need to get this out of my system right now. I need to talk about this to someone, and might as well record it, right? So here we go. We start with the pre-boat history. It's like, as far as I can tell, in Pandaria you have a certain event happen. I don't know. I don't care about lore. Sorry, but okay. So there's a certain time where the boats to Pandaria arrive. I don't remember what for. I don't know. But it's about 10-20 years ago, I think, that the boats arrived, like in game. So the parents of okay, so let's start with this, right? Let's start with this. So the parents grew up in Pandaria, had an inn, and the children had to work at Jadebrew Inn. So all the children, that's Eliana, Jess, Amy, Blossom, Brooklet. No, not Blossom. Blossom was too young. But they all had to work at the inn. So they have some kind of oh shit, but I'll come to that. So they have some history with bartending, you know. That's and they had a pub in there as well. A brewery, where they brew meats and, you know, just very Pandarian brews, I guess. It doesn't matter. They have a history in brewing. Pandaren are very well known for their brewing capabilities, but they... Okay, next point. They had a use... Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. They had a use interest in other cultures. Like, a lot of people in World of Warcraft, a lot of the people that live, for example, in Gilneas or in used to live in Gilneas, of course. Whatever, they're feeling a sense of pride about where they come from and etc. But the parents of the Jadebrew sisters had like this huge need for exploration and wanted to know what's beyond, you know. Like, maybe they couldn't go there by boat or any other way, but they had they knew about it. I hope that Pandaren knew about outside the island. I don't know if they do. I don't know. But anyway, so what they decided on was give the children names in common. I decided on this because how do I say this in the most nuanced way possible? So you have all these Pandaren playing in World of Warcraft, and they all have names like Xi Jing or Xiao Yao, I don't know, stuff like that, you know what I mean? And some would say that's fine, it's cultural appreciation. Some would say it's cultural appropriation, and I just don't wanna touch the subject. I just don't want to touch the subject at all. I just want to be a panda because pandas are cute and they have the best body type. You know what I mean? So that's why I chose panda, and they're pandas. Come on, they're pandas. Okay, so I just decided to have a piece in the lore that explains why they don't have these Chinese sounding names. But it's not that I look down on people who do that, it's just that I don't want to touch it. That's all. I don't want to touch it. That's all. Okay, so they're called Okay, that's the next point, right? So they're called Amethyst. No, I should do it in order. Eliana, Amethyst. In order, Jazz. Amy. No, Brooklet. And Blossom. So what I imagine is that age-wise, I don't know if this makes sense. I'm just making it up right now because I usually refuse to use numbers. But I imagine Eliana is like 40. Amethyst is like 30. Jazz is maybe 25. Brooklet is 20, like something like that, you know, and Blossom is 16, something like that. Something like that. I don't know. Something like that. It doesn't matter. Like in any way, regarding their maturity, like how I play them, this is how I play them, you know what I mean? By the way, I don't play Blossom. Blossom is played by a different player, so I'll do like, I don't know, like is there, it's fine. These are played by me, and then you have Blossom that's played by a different player. Okay, so next point. The parents had a brewery in the inn and made all kinds of brews. I already covered that. That we already talked about that. So when the boats arrived, the parents took their chance. Yeah, that's the next point. So the parents were very interested in other cultures, and when the boats arrived, obviously the dwarves and the humans brought like stuff to trade, you know, like food and drinks and stuff like that, weapons maybe. So the dwarves naturally traded ale and meat, and then the parents of the Jadebrew sisters were like, you know what, I need to learn how you make this because this is super good. So that's the next point. When the boats arrived, parents took their chance. So they took the kids and moved to Stormwind. Actually, they started an inn. So we go to the post-boat history. They started an inn in Stormwind. I don't know how to, like, I don't know if people really appreciate if you make up things like that. I don't really know. It's fine. I think I can just say it used to be there. It was there. It's not there anymore. So now I want to get into a tangent actually, because before we go to the next point, there's something that happened to Amy in the inn, because there was still a couple years, like maybe 5 years or something like that, that the children had to help in the inn. And Amy came in a fight with a worgen, because Amy was the one who, or not the one, but all the sisters, especially the older ones, had to help with stopping bar fights. And Amethyst came in a fight with a worgen, and the worgen became feral. And since then, that's why Amy always has like a potion of lupine reversal on her, which is like a potion that you can inject into a worgen. And then it like calms down their anger. You know what I mean? So they go out of the feral rage. I think to Amy, this is a thing she can do for worgen. Hopefully, Amy is neutral in every way and not judgmental in any way, and she feels like, you know, Amy's like, I'm angry sometimes. I sometimes get like weird things in my head, and I don't know, like if I would become feral, what would I want people to do for me? You know what I mean? So she can like relate to any level of even criminals. She can sometimes be like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess if you're hungry, you need to eat, right? So that's Amy. And so how she wants to help Worgen is like get them out of that feral rage and just not talk about it with anyone. You know what I mean? So like preventing them from becoming. I think there is like a death sentence on becoming feral for Worgens. I don't know. Anyway. So that's what happened in the inn. They worked there for a couple years. Then the next point is Eliana at this point decided to study and become a mage. Like she always had an affinity with fire, so she that's really cheesy, but Eliana is like, I think, Spanish or something for. It has a meaning somewhere with fire, and amethyst is rock, stone, and amethyst works with materials like that in their like steel and stuff. So amethyst is a crystal, but you know it's like it's a rock as well. Crystals are rocks. I'm sorry, but okay. So she's named after a rock because she works with materials like that. Then Jasmine is named after a plant, I guess, because she's in tune with nature. And then Brooklet, I don't know, she just water, am I right? Brooklet is like a brook, yeah, you know what I mean, like a stream of water. So she's a brewer. It's as simple as that. It's really cheesy, but okay. That's a little bit of lore that doesn't matter anymore. So Eliana became a fire mage. Okay, that's the first thing. Jess fucked off and was never to be seen for years. Yeah, so that's the first thing. Like, Jess was really like... Jess internalizes her emotions a lot and doesn't know how to deal with like... the move to Stormwind, for example, and she felt too cool to talk about it. And then she just fucked off to the mountains and then survived there for a couple of years. Nobody knew where she was, but you know, she doesn't hate people. It's what it says here, but it's like that's what she says. It's not actually what's happening. Okay, so Amy went to study engineering with a focus on ability engineering. So I have, let's see, World of Warcraft, and then the Jadebrew page. I have an article here that this is an article that Amy wrote, and it's like about monocles and about glasses and about fidget spinners and about noise machines and mechanical cats. And that's a whole arc she had about mechanical animals, that they are here. Pets can play a huge role in alleviating anxiety, preventing loneliness, and give a feeling of companionship, but not for everyone is as easy to take on the responsibility of taking care of a living being. So that's what she tried to solve, mostly because she is not able to keep anything alive herself, not even a plant. So she wanted a companion and decided to, like, you know, work on the mechanical. So that's something that Amy wanted to do. She focused on ability engineering. Then the next one is Blossom. Blossom one day arrived in It says a couple years old, but I think when they arrived in Stormwind, Blossom was like 6 or 7 maybe. Something like that, it doesn't matter. Like maybe she was 10, it doesn't matter. I don't really work with absolute values because it's just making everything more difficult, especially with the inconsistency of the timeline of World of Warcraft. So, and then Brooklet was the only sister who decided to step in the footprints of her parents. So yeah, if you look here, I have let's see, Jadebrew meadery. That's the meadery. Last year we made potent meat, harvest meat, moon harvest meat, and smoked bourbon barrel meat and winter meat. Those were the meats that she had last year, fall and winter. And then this year, spring and summer line is blossom meat, sour meat, pepper meat, and pine meat. So that's more summery, you know, and more for warm weather. And then, of course, description. But she recently started yeah, here you go. She recently started Jadebrew soda, so you have like cola and lemon and orange and apple. This is the new brand of Brooklet. She makes moonberry soda, cherry soda. Froze green is like green iced tea. Froze black is black iced tea. And then you have the bold, which is like a little more fantastical, I guess. You have the blossom soda, which is made from blossoms from the Veil of Eternal Blossoms, like cherry blossom and jasmine and rose petals, yeah. And then you have Jadebrew Hills, that's inspired by Almdudler. If you know Almdudler, it's a drink that's made in Austria, and it's what they use is herbal ingredients and yeah, olive flower and stuff like that. And then Void Soda and Light Forge, which are, I don't know, just Void Soda is made with cloves, black pepper and a touch of cinnamon. So that's dark spicy soda. And then the Light Forged is with floral flavor with sweet honey and elderflower. And it has yeah, edible golden flakes. You see, so that's interesting. So that's the new thing that Brooklet is working on. Anyway, I'm getting in a tangent of a tangent. Anyway, yeah, okay. So Brooklet became the brewer of the family. She like stepped in the footprints of her parents. Then Blossom, I can't really tell you a lot about because she's played by a different player. I think Blossom is the special kid, so to say. Like she needs like special care, and I don't know if that's true. I don't know. Like I have the feeling that she's a bit autism coded, but I'm not sure. Like it's been too long that I played with her. I should ask her sometime. She's an in real life friend, so I can just ask her. Anyway, then we go to the present. Amy strolls with Whispers of the Void. I still need to think of a way like how she got involved with Void. I think maybe in her study, maybe in a field trip or something. Like I don't know. Like maybe she got affected by Void, and she has Whispers of the Void now, which she had a whole arc about. That's solved now, but yeah, it was kind of annoying. Amy owns a restaurant now. Okay, so yeah, Amy owns a restaurant. So Amy went to help out with a guild called Silverleaf artisans, who were artisans that created stuff. Yeah, I know how it sounds. So Amy joined as an engineer, and she started to make fidget toys and games and stuff like that, and even plushies at some point. But then when the guild officially opened and had a party for it, they needed a bartender for the party, and Amy offered to do that. She made a small menu and a couple drinks, and Amy fell in love with bartending. So the guild opened, they found a location where the guild was situated, and Amy said, one thing though, we're gonna make what's it called? Cafeteria in here for the artisans, because you know, you need something to drink, you need something to eat, and Amy really wanted to provide food and drinks for the people who worked there. And that worked well. That worked so well that the restaurant outlived the guild, because the guild doesn't exist anymore. And now that building is just the restaurant. So yeah, okay, so that is something. Then Brooklet had connections with hummingbirds. Brooklet sells her meats and her, hopefully soon, her soda as well to hummingbirds. So hummingbirds, yeah, sells the Jadebrew products, and Amy just kinda hang out there as well every Tuesday and Wednesday, at least every Tuesday. So yeah, that they became very friendly, and Amy was without, you know, an artisan guild, and then there was a funny situation where I don't know what it was. Oh yeah, there was a date between Kialandi, and Kialandi is the owner of Hummingbirds. So Kialandi and Amy had a date, and there was nothing romantic. It was just Amy was stood up by her date, and she planned like a big thing. So she was like, okay, so am I gonna go alone now, or? And Kialandi said like, no, I'll go with you. I can use a break from work. And that turned into a business meeting, and then Amy and Kialandi said like, what if Bevs and Bites, the restaurant of Amy, fuses or joins the Hummingbirds? So that happened. And then out of nothing, Jazz appeared, and Jazz is still not really talking to anyone. Like I'm not even sure if anyone knows that Jazz is back. Jazz talks to mutual friends who don't even know that Jazz is the sister of Amy, and Amy has no idea that Jazz is back, so I don't know. Which is not very consistent, by the way, because sometimes Amy does remember that Jazz is back, and I don't know like how that works, but I'm not always as consistent as I would like to be. It depends on the moment, but yeah, I should make a decision in that. Like, I think I've said too much that Amy does know. At least the mutual friends don't know yet that Jazz and Amy are related. That is consistent. So I can keep that, and then Jazz and Amy do know of each other. That's fine. Okay. So Eliana sits in the library mostly and tries to avoid very social interactions, but can be seen sometimes. Yeah, that's the thing about Eliana. He doesn't go outside a lot, which I know is something people say about alts. And it's true here as well. But Eliana really just doesn't really care. And Eliana is one of those alts that really is only played when she's relevant in the story, you know what I mean? So Blossom is just vibing, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about Blossom. Brooklet is always brewing, yeah, okay. So Brooklet is a lot of there off screen, if you know what I mean. Like, there is still activity, there is still meat and the sodas now, which are like being sold and in the ecosystem of World of Warcraft RP. It's just that she isn't really necessary for anything, except like when she has to go to a business meeting or deliver some stuff somewhere, or then I play her actively, but a lot of the things she does happen off screen. I don't know if that makes sense. She is still very active, but not in the way that you would expect of how you would roleplay a character. Like, she lives in our mind and spirit, I guess. She's there in spirit, and she's always there. I started to talk more about her, especially since I remembered that meat and soda are a thing. Yeah. So that's the whole history, I guess. Then the last thing is I have like these. Let's see. I have the whole Jadebrew family thing here. So I have a trailer for Amy with voice actress. I have for Eliana, yeah, okay, so I want to do something with that at some point. Here it says, even though she often feels like happiness isn't really anything she understands or ever felt. I do want to kinda, this is Eliana. I do want to kinda do more with her depression, because she is rather depressed. So this is Amy. Everybody knows Amy. I commissioned art from Cialia at first. That was this one. It was very cute. And I commissioned art from Pen Purper, and it's just awesome. Amy does Baths and Bites. So this is the restaurant. She has all her meals and drinks. Then we have Jazz. Jazz has a guild with a couple friends, and like, yeah, DM of Cryptid Control Crew. So every Friday I play her. I did play her quite a bit for a while. But this is the Cryptid Control Crew, also a site that I made. It is a bit SCP, Monster Hunter. I don't know, like a bit of everything, like what we enjoy, you know. It's just a bunch of friends doing fun stuff together. Then here I have Brooklet, and Brooklet, yeah, has the meadery. I have to add another button here for the soda, but that's fine. And then Bloom, yeah, Bloom is Bloom. She's just there in spirit. She's cute with a spotty nose. So there you have it, the whole history up until now of the Jadebrew sisters. Alright, bye.